Hello everyone and welcome to Infraspace. We're here to start a new game today and discover the mystery of the free-range chicken. I'm going to click on New Game, leave everything set to medium difficulty, and everything else is not checked. So that's our only options, so let's start the game. So we find ourselves on this lifeless planet. The surface seems to be covered in ore, sulfur, copper, and iron. As we wonder about the planet, we find plateaus with uranium on them. What looks like once used to be a volcano with iridium on it, and a dried up riverbed that once housed water for all the chickens roaming the planet, but now just contains small patches of methane. The 20 people that landed here now face a tough question: where to build a settlement, with hopes of discovering how to restore life to this planet. They come to rest on this mysterious crater that houses a little bit of aluminum, because rumor has it, it once was the home of free-range chickens. They've decided to build a settlement around this crater and hope to discover the secrets that it contains to restore life and vegetation to this planet. The first thing they realize is they need materials to build with. They decide on a concrete factory which requires sand and sulfur. Sand is located everywhere and there's a sulfur patch not too far away. They build some miners. And a concrete factory not too far away. Along with a warehouse that only stores concrete at the moment. They determine they'll need a vast power network to supply electricity to all these factories they're going to build, but realize everything good starts small and place a single wind turbine with a small power network to distribute the power. They take a minute to admire their first simple production line, complete with little vehicles delivering materials. They wonder what the future holds, but realize that of the 20 people that landed here, 9 of them have jobs already, and they better focus on building homes so they can import people from their broken down spaceship in outer space. They lay out a quick foundation for their future city, being careful not to build it too big, knowing they'll have to upgrade it later, complete with a simple power network, and they build their first homes. But they know they'll need a spaceport to bring people from the spaceship down to the planet. But in order for people to move in, they'll need oxygen. Right now, a simple atmospheric processor will do. They throw a little party for their first resident arriving from outer space in a stylish pink vehicle. And it picks a house to live in. And we can see we have 1 resident out of 8 now. With some full habitats now, they decide they want to upgrade their habitats. In order to do that, they will need to supply water and survival food. Water can be obtained from the water air filter, where they filter water out of the air right now until they unlock better technology. And then survival food, which will need to be researched. So they decide they need to open a research outpost, with hopes of one day answering the question, which came first, the chicken or the egg? With their first iteration of the research district complete, consisting of 2 iron mines, delivering to the Blue Science Factory, as well as an atmosphere processor delivering carbon to the Blue Science Factory. The Blue Science Factory then delivers Blue Science to the research lab. With that complete, they can now research farming, as well as get a little overzealous and do steel production, electronics, home appliances, green science, aluminum mining, and computers, and large buildings while they're at it. Basically everything that takes only blue science. And now that Simple Farm has been researched, we can supply food to the colonists. They now have access to a simple farm where they can grow produce to deliver to the colonists. And just like that, with a simple farm, they have everything they need to upgrade their habitats. And with their fancy new level 2 habitats, they decide to increase their population even more. With the habitats expanded, and the addition of another windmill, they decide it's time to start producing steel and stockpiling that for their future expansion needs. That requires iron, carbon, and water. So they locate another iron patch and build a steel factory. So by combining iron with carbon and 2 water processors into a steel factory, they have a small supply of steel coming in. With that, they move their sights to the ever-increasing desire to upgrade their habitats. It'll now require home appliances to upgrade, which is made in a home appliance factory, which requires electronics and iron. Electronics are made in a electronics factory. They require copper and iron. With their desire to expand their city to huge amounts, they will need a large source of copper and iron, which they have found just north of their city, right here. And there it is, an iron mine, as well as a copper mine, attached to a electronics factory and a home appliance factory. The home appliance factory gets a nice proximity bonus from being close to the electronics factory. And now home appliances can be delivered to the residents of Infraspace via a very long road. With that complete, the residents decide they would like to expand their population With the population approaching 500 and nearly 250 people unemployed, and all blue science complete, there's still no answer to the question, which came first, the chicken or the egg? The chicken laid the egg, but the egg hatched the chicken. Which came first? I just don't know. So they decide to expand their research factory to include green science. Green science requires circuits, blue science, and sulfur. So over at our research district, there happens to be a sulfur patch nearby and circuits nearby, so we can add those to our research district. And here we have the next stage of the research district. Green science surrounded by blue to get the proximity bonus. Almost 150% efficient, so very nice. And it is attached to some sulfur miners down here, as well as circuits via this road here. Now attaching these two areas creates some challenges, because this iron mine now can deliver to here or over to here, whereas we really want this iron district being delivered to this and this one being delivered to there. That's where the use of districts come in. You can set the import and export rule for each district. You just paint them on the map like so, and then you click on the iron and you can say that iron goes from here to there, and you want iron only exported to there. So iron from here will not be exported anywhere else. You can do the same with sulfur and the same with copper. So just like that, we should have green science being produced, and we can unlock some green research. Solar panels will be the first thing we do. Actually, concrete roads will be the first thing we do, followed by solar panels and then the power substation. And spaceship construction. So they will get to work on that, and hopefully we'll find an answer to the question. With the initial green research complete, we're going to queue up a whole bunch more to keep it busy. One-way roads, 4-lane roads, groundwater extractor, self-cleaning solar panels, nanotubes, motors, trains for sure, cargo gondolas. That'll keep us going for a while. Now with the new research unlocked, we can clean up our power network. The power substation, you can see it has the power lines have a small radius. The power substation has a ginormous radius. So we can clean up all our power lines and replace them with one of those, as well as replace all our wind turbines that have 20 megawatts with solar panels that have 50 megawatts. And then as well, we have unlocked concrete roads, which will make our vehicles travel faster, so we can upgrade our roads. Tier 2 here. So 2-tier roads, click the replace road button, and there you go. Watch and we'll see how fast they travel now compared to before. Much faster. So we will replace all the roads with concrete roads. So let's get to work on that. Okay, and all roads have been upgraded, as well as a giant solar farm has been added. I added it on the edge of the map over here. You can see our existing network has 240 megawatts. And when we connect it, it now has 2,340 megawatts. So very nice. As well as all substations have been added to get rid of those pesky power poles, which frees up a lot more buildable area. You can see here all the power poles have been removed. There'll just be a line going up here, so we can add them as necessary. Very nice. Same down here, we can get rid of a lot of stuff here now. You can see it cleans it up quite a bit. So anyways, I'll go through and finish that off. But next is we have 334 jobs out of 500. So we're going to add some more population real quick, which will incur increasing our circuit factory as well. And the expansion is complete, completely leveled up to level 3. All we did was had to add some atmosphere processors, some extra farms, and the water, we actually have been using this water air filter, which produces one every 8 seconds. We've unlocked the groundwater extractor, which does one every 2 seconds, so we can go ahead and get rid of this one and put down another one of the groundwater extractors. We also had to increase the home appliance factory, which I'll show you in a second. But next we're going to focus on upgrading our habitats once again to level 4. This time they need computers in parks. Computers are made in a computer factory. They require circuits or electronics, microchips, and aluminum. Microchips are made in a microchip factory, and they require sand and circuits. So both of them require circuits. So I think we'll build that up by the circuit area, or electronics home appliance area. This is our upgraded circuit and electronics factory. We have an aluminum mine in this mysterious crater up here. So I think we'll pull from that down to here. Probably start switching over to train stations and build a train station in here somewhere. Train station over here by the home appliance factories, and connect them because we'll be transferring a huge amount of them. And that way I can deliver circuits to the microchip factory, which will be in here, as well as the research, which can be on the other side here. Alright, so here's the new layout. We have expanded the circuit factory a little bit down here in the bottom left corner here. We've added a train station here. And we've added a microchip factory up here to the top right with another train station. Now these train stations are hooked up by one-way track. If you zoom in on it, you can see that there's directional arrows. Trains can only travel in one direction. So the plan is it'll produce circuits, ship them to the station here through the one-way entrance. The train will pick them up, take them over to the microchip factory, and drop them off. And microchips will be made into computers. Computers will be then shipped via these. I've changed these all to one-way roads, so this is incoming. This is outgoing. So hopefully keeps the flow of materials and traffic flowing in a circular fashion. And then it goes over the top of this road here so the traffic doesn't mix, and into the station. Everything needs circuits yet because we haven't hooked train line up yet, so let's do a train line real quick. Click on train lines, new train line. Click the plus here, go from here to here, and then all we have to do is add a couple trains to the line. I do start with 3 to see how it goes. They all spawn in on top of each other, but there we go. They should spread out as they have their pickups at each station delayed. You can see it's working now because there is a ton of circuits being shipped into the train station. 100 and almost 200 of them now. So those are going to be waited to be picked up by the trains. Trains should come over here. Right now the track is super slow. We will upgrade it later. But so they will bring it into there. These are microchip factories. They have aluminum, or I'm sorry, sand being shipped in from right here, and circuits from the train. Aluminum comes from this really long road up here to the aluminum mine powered by a solar panel. And then computers will be shipped into the station here. Hopefully the station will ship it over to this other station, which will then, this train will come through and pick it up and deliver it to this station, which will be delivered to the town. So let's see if that all works out. So the first load of circuits have arrived. They will come out of the station. Second train right behind it. But traffic will get backed up a little bit. They have to buffer up. They hold, I think 20 or 40 each. So it'll take a while to buffer them up. So traffic will lighten up a little bit after that. But that is working, so we'll just have to make sure and see if microchips start flowing in here. Everything appears to be working. You can see the computers here being delivered to the station. And the train keeps coming through, dropping off circuits and picking up computers to take them to the town. So everything's working as planned, which is nice to see. And over by so this station is just a transfer station. It delivers the computers to here. Next train picks them up, takes them into town. So we should have computers being delivered to these buildings here. As you can see, we do. So the only other thing they need is parks. Now, parks in the previous games have caused an extreme amount of traffic. They do require round trips, so they go to the residence and they come back to the park, and it creates a lot of traffic. I guess there's no way to turn that off, even though round trip traffic has been turned off. But so parks, my solution to that is just putting parks everywhere. Basically limits the traffic coming in and out of each park because there's so many of them. So that's my current plan. We'll see if it works. There's some new options for parks this update, so it's kind of fun to pick. You can see the radius they have there. So I'm just going to plop one there, and one there. That should cover almost everybody, it looks like. And as we can see, they now have parks and they're going to start upgrading in 30 seconds. So I'll let that run a little bit and we'll see what our population gets up to and move on from there. And there we have the entire town upgraded to level 4. As you can see, the parks There's vehicles coming and going out of it, so you can shows you that there's actually round-trip traffic to these parks. You can see it causes quite a backup with just what little houses we have already. But now the houses are requesting good meals, home robots, and culture to expand. So that will give us something to work on next episode. That'll do it for this one. Thanks for watching.